Let's look at Google Presentation and some of the ins and outs of using one. Here I am in Google Docs, and I'll click Create to create a presentation. The first screen that will pop up here will be a theme screen. It's going to ask me what kinds of background themes I would like to choose for my presentation. We can pick almost anything we'd like. Let's pick color strip for that, and I'll just say OK. Once we're in, you'll see that the title slide will be the first that will pop up, and let's give it a title. If I simply double click and highlight, I can actually, if I spelled it correctly, I can type a title for that and a subtitle if I'd like to. Yeah, we can do this. If I'd like to add more slides, I simply use the slide adding button right here, the plus sign, new slide. We'll make a decision and decide what kind of a slide to put in. Now the second slide is always a title and a body slide. If I click the plus sign again, Google Presentation will look at whatever this slide is, and the next slide will be the same kind. If I'd like to put a different kind of slide, I'll just click the down arrow here and pick the kind of slide I'd like to put in. You see this is a title only slide. Let's go back to my second slide, and let's look to add some images to this slide. I'm going to click on the bottom of the slide where I'd like to add the image, and I'll simply click Insert, and I can insert an image. Notice this icon here is the same as this icon on the menu bar, and I could pick either this drop down or the icon menu. But let's pick an image here. And I'll be given some choices. If I had a URL from a web page, I could put that in. I could upload an image from my computer, if I had one on the desktop of my computer, or I could take a snapshot, and we'll play with that a little bit. The Take a Snapshot window will ask you to allow your camera to be viewed by Google Presentation. So all you need to do is click this Allow. If I don't have to do this again, I'll click Remember. And I'll just simply click Close. And you can see here I am. I'll take a snapshot in just a second. There are some instructions here, and of course the best ones are check your hair and put on a big smile. Of course we want to do that. When we take a snapshot, Google Presentation allows you to take 3 different snapshots, and you'll have a chance to pick the best one. In my case, I think they're all going to be equally bad, so I'll pick this one and simply select it. Let it go onto my slide. It'll take a second to process and upload into Google Presentation. And here I am, and we can play a little bit with the picture, resize it, move it around. I can make it go crooked, go straight, do whatever I'd like to do with it. Another nice feature of the insert option is I could insert a video. Now when you insert a video, the only way to get one into presentation is to go to YouTube, find the URL, and paste it in here. And that's what the presentation does with, with videos. Another nice feature of the presentation model is I can click back on my first slide. I'm going to highlight the words presidential election, and under Tools I'm going to pick Research. What happens when I pick that is Google will go out and look on Google for information about presidential elections. I have a choice here of everything, which would be all the listings down below, images, scholar, and quotes. Images obviously will give me pictures that I could use, and all I would have to do is simply drag it on board like so, and make sure I put him where I want him, and I could make him lean right, lean left. Well, we'll just leave him right in the center where we'd like him to be, or close enough. I could also go back on my research window, and I could pick Scholar. Now what this does is it gives me opportunity to go on the web and find articles about presidential election and do some more reading. If I find something that I use in my presentation, I could then simply insert the citation. It won't insert the article, but the citation will be here, and it'll be great for a bibliography at the end. I could also, if I'd like to find quotes about presidential elections, and I find something that I like, and I can simply insert it, and there is a quote there. I could modify the font size and color to make it fit a little better if I'd like to. The nice thing about this is that Google will automatically put the citation here as to who said it and then where it was on the web. So it's, again, information for a nice bibliography. The other thing that Google Presentation allows is great opportunity for collaboration. If students are working on a presentation, they can simply share it and share it with another student. So let a freshman, my favorite student, be given the opportunity to edit this, and I'll just share that with a freshman. He'll get an email saying it's there, and he can look at it if he'd like. And that student then could make slides himself, modify my slide, and then that student could also insert comments back to me saying, I like this. Or maybe you should make a different picture, or whatever comment you'd like to have. These comments will show up on the edit mode, but will not show in presentation. And when I'm finished with this presentation, or when your students are finished, they can simply pass it in by clicking the folder button on the top and pick whatever folder you've created for them to pass presentations into you. And once it's all done, we can simply start the presentation and watch it, giving your student the A+ that they deserve. Thank you for watching.